Foreign firms navigating China's avatar and voice synthesis industry. Foreign firms entering China's avatar and voice synthesis industry face a complex landscape that demands fundamental transformation rather than simple adaptation. The sector, characterized by rapid technological advancement and stringent regulatory oversight, has created conditions where traditional export models prove insufficient, forcing international companies to choose between deep localization or market marginalization. China's avatar and voice synthesis ecosystem has evolved into a sophisticated marketplace dominated by domestic players like iFlight, which commands 60 to 70% of the voice technology market, and platforms like AliGenie, which seamlessly integrate voice AI into Alibaba's vast e-commerce ecosystem. These companies have developed comprehensive offerings that extend beyond basic voice recognition to include emotional avatar companions, AI news anchors deployed by state media, and voice-enabled smart home systems that align with Chinese consumer preferences for warm, culturally resonant interactions. The regulatory environment presents the most formidable challenge for foreign entrants. China's deep synthesis provisions, enforced since January 2023, require explicit labeling of AI-generated content and mandate algorithm registration with the Cyberspace Administration of China. These regulations extend beyond simple compliance requirements to encompass ideological oversight, ensuring AI systems align with core socialist values and national security standards. The Beijing Internet Court's 2024 ruling on voice personality rights further complicated the landscape, by establishing that synthetic voice reproduction requires explicit consent, creating new liability frameworks that foreign firms must navigate. Microsoft's Zaos represents the most successful example of foreign adaptation to these challenges. Originally developed by Microsoft's Asia Software Technology Center in 2014, Zaos was designed specifically for Chinese users with high emotional intelligence capabilities, achieving average conversation sessions of 23 turns and reaching 660 million users globally. The platform's success stemmed from its deep integration into Chinese social media platforms like WeChat, QQ, and Weibo, combined with culturally attuned design that resonated with local preferences for empathetic AI interactions. The critical transformation occurred in July 2020 when Microsoft spun off Zaos into an independent China-based company. This structural change allowed the platform to maintain operational autonomy while ensuring compliance with evolving regulatory requirements. The spin-off enabled Zaos to forge partnerships with major Chinese technology and media companies, including Huawei, Xiaomi, China Unicom, and BMW, expanding its reach across smart devices, automotive systems, and financial services. Other foreign firms have struggled to achieve similar integration. Companies like Synthesia, despite offering technologically sophisticated multilingual avatar creation platforms, remain limited to enterprise applications through SaaS licensing models. While Synthesia has implemented consent controls, watermarking, and IP protection measures to align with Chinese regulations, the lack of local entity establishment and deep regulatory embedding has restricted its market penetration to decentralized pilot programs rather than mass consumer adoption. The infrastructure requirements for foreign operations in China create additional barriers. China's personal information protection law, data security law, and cybersecurity law mandate local data storage and impose strict controls on cross-border data transfers. Foreign firms must establish partnerships with Chinese cloud providers or create local data centers to meet these requirements, often necessitating significant infrastructure investment that challenges traditional cloud-based business models. Cultural adaptation extends beyond regulatory compliance to encompass fundamental user experience design. Research indicates that Chinese consumers perceive domestic AI agents as warmer and more competent than foreign alternatives, leading to more positive and emotionally rich interactions. This preference reflects deeper cultural expectations about AI behavior, tone, and emotional responsiveness that foreign firms struggle to replicate without substantial localization efforts. The commercial implications of these challenges are significant. Domestic platforms like Baidu's digital avatars have demonstrated remarkable commercial success, generating over 55 million yuan in merchandise sales within 7 hours of livestream commerce deployment. Meanwhile, foreign tools remain primarily confined to enterprise training and communication applications, unable to penetrate the high-volume consumer-facing markets where domestic competitors excel. Looking toward the future, the Chinese AI voice cloning sector is projected to grow from approximately $1.9 billion in 2024 to over $13.3 billion by 2032, representing a compound annual growth rate of 27.8%. This expansion creates substantial opportunities for foreign firms, but only for those willing to undergo comprehensive localization. The trend toward hybrid deployment models, combining on-premises infrastructure with cloud capabilities, reflects the need for foreign companies to establish local technological presence while maintaining global operational coherence. The evidence suggests that successful foreign participation in China's avatar and voice synthesis market requires structural transformation rather than surface-level adaptation. Companies must transition from export-oriented models to fully localized entities that embed regulatory compliance, cultural resonance, and technological autonomy into their core operations. This transformation involves establishing China-incorporated subsidiaries or joint ventures, developing local research and development capabilities, and creating compliance frameworks that satisfy both regulatory requirements and consumer expectations. The central challenge for foreign firms lies in balancing global technological capabilities with local operational requirements. Those that achieve this balance, as demonstrated by Microsoft's SaaS transformation, can access China's rapidly expanding market while maintaining competitive advantages. However, firms that remain operationally peripheral, regardless of their technological excellence, risk being overshadowed as the market matures and domestic competitors continue to strengthen their positions through cultural alignment and regulatory compliance. The avatar and voice synthesis industry in China thus represents a microcosm of broader trends in technology localization, where regulatory complexity, cultural specificity, and market dynamics combine to create environments where international success requires fundamental business model transformation rather than simple market entry strategies.